Eric, you guys had that big 18-0 run in the first half to kind of get control of the game. What was going on there? And then obviously they cut the lead, but you guys pretty much maintained control, I thought, after that.
Yeah, I thought defensively, Bob, during that stretch, again, I think that we've shown, behind closed doors and then probably in the two exhibition games that we can be a team that can go on a 15-1 run or an 18-0 or 18-4. Like we have that ability in a short stretch when we play defense. I thought our defense was much improved tonight. We knew that North Texas could really shoot the ball from three. If you look at their percentages, career-wise coming into the game, they're about as good a shooting team as you'll see at the mid-major level. And, so we made an effort to change our defensive scheme, took away the three. They go 4 for 26 from three. Kind of got back to our first year defending three balls, staying closer to shooters. Still offensively, though, we got to figure out our point guard play again. It's right now, from an assist standpoint, we talked about it, and ball's not moving quite like I would like it to right now.
Coach, to piggyback off the point guard comment there, obviously Devo ran into some foul trouble today, but it did probably lead to some extended minutes for KK. Just your evaluation of his performance today.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, KK every day works. I mean, he's a worker. I thought he made some great skip passes for us. He's got to stay out of foul trouble too, though. I mean, that's been an area as a young player, because we do want to get up in the ball, we do want to pressure. But KK, I thought, played well tonight. I thought he played solid for us, especially in that first half. I thought he tried to direct traffic for us as well. But I mean, obviously we got you got Chris and JD and Devo, and you think that those three guys are gonna they're gonna play some minutes at the 1 and 2. It's hard to play those guys at the 3. So we got to try to figure out how we're going to manufacture making good decisions at that spot, and like I said last game, setting the table. There's a mentality to it.
What's Jalen Williams' status, and also Trey Wade being able to play today? Just what you feel about him?
Yeah, Nate, I did not come into the game thinking that Trey would play any more than 10 minutes. I came into the game with the thought process that Trey would play 5 minutes a half. But I felt like he was in a little bit better condition than I thought he would be after being out, although he was obviously extremely winded. But I thought he gave us a physicality out there, maybe that we lacked when he wasn't on the floor. And I also like the fact that he's played in big games, and he's just going to play his role. I mean, he knows who he is. And so I thought he had an impact on the game for sure. Oh, Jalen? Yeah. He's got back spasms. I mean, whether it's NBA or 7 years in college, I've never had this many people sit out of practices and miss. We try to tailor all of our practices so that when we get to the finish line, meaning opening day, that everybody's healthy. We don't do a lot of contact stuff in October because I want guys to be fresh and healthy. So I'm a little bit, whatever on some of these injuries because it's not we're not doing contact. But Jalen has a back spasms that have flared up, and again, I think some of the little injuries come down to conditioning as well, because I'm only allowed so many hours with them leading up to September whatever, September 28th or whatever. I'm only allowed 4 hours a week, and we did our mile test early. Maybe I should have done the mile test end of September instead of when I did it, which was earlier in the summer.
Coach, you mentioned after the Red-White game that Chris Lykes was a little bit behind in terms of learning the offense and everything. How is he coming along? And it seemed like he gave y'all a spark a couple of times tonight. What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, I thought Chris did a really good job. I thought our shot selection, JD got hot, and then he took a couple bad shots. Devo shot selection's got to get better than what we saw tonight. And same thing with Chris. I think when you have three players like those three guys that can go break a play and get their own shot, there's a fine balance between trying to figure out what the defense is doing and when you want to break plays, because we don't want to take away their creativity at all off the bounce, because we need them when the play breaks down. But yeah, I thought Chris, I thought the turning point in the game, I thought his steal, we needed to stop. Obviously, we weren't going to get a defensive rebound if they missed, because that was an atrocious job on the defensive glass. So I thought his live ball steal was really, really impactful, in the outcome, and it was timely as well.
Scott, what did you see from Stanley before he fouled out? Looked like he had some flashes on both ends, but obviously that's a guy you'd like to have out there.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Scotty in the first exhibition game, I think maybe a little bit of nerves, trying to figure out his identity within the offense, but we went to him a little bit more tonight. We ran some plays for him. I think he's comfortable, with having his number called, and he's really good in that mid post. And obviously, he, with his feet set, can make a three. I mean, the real positive is great 3-point shot selection. Only took 18, made 7, and then our free throws was whatever last game, and tonight it was at least respectable from the foul line.
Yeah, Eric, well, first off, Kamani, was it his wrist still bugging him?
Yep.
So, okay.
He has a cast on it. Cast should come off Tuesday. Hopefully, he's got to start practicing, or you're just too far behind. He's missed plenty of time. So, have no idea, Bob, where his conditioning is. He hasn't been out on the, floor doing much. So, hopefully Jalen gets back. If not, we have no problem starting the team that started tonight, opening night against Mercer.
And then JD obviously, was pretty involved offensively. I thought his shot selection was pretty good for the most part.
For JD, yep.
What'd you think of JD?
He can score the ball. He's, you always tell a player, don't take a shot you don't practice. And then I looked over there the other day, and he was taking Steph Curry shots at the logo, and I'm like, well, now I can't tell him don't take shots you practice, because he's practicing it. Pretty smart on his part. But he's a really gifted offensive player, and I thought he played really solid defense. We need him to defensive rebound more, especially if he's going to play 36 minutes. He's got to go to the defensive backboards a little bit more.
Coach, you mentioned the rebounding. How much of that today was a product of being shorthanded in the front court, or has that been a concern for you so far?
It's hard, Curtis, to know what your downfall is when you're playing against each other, because like when you miss a shot in practice, somebody's going to get a rebound. So I think we got to get tougher in traffic. I think that's got to be a theme for us, is to rebound in traffic. I thought that loose balls that we got our hand on, you can't, if we were defensive backs or whatever, we would not have a good grade. You got to come up with fumbles, and you got to come up with deflections on passes, and so we got to that's why you do these things. We got to rebound better. We got to be more physical when we rebound, and we got to grab loose balls. I thought we've gotten out-reacted twice now to loose balls.
You mentioned conditioning after the last exhibition game. Did you see any strides to that regard today? I know it's only been about a week.
Yeah, I think that, I think for sure if you look at our performance, last Sunday, and then you look at our performance, I think it was night and day. We were a much better team. I think when you talk about conditioning too, that might be why you miss foul shots, like we did. Might be why you miss 3-point shots. That's on me too. Like we got in better shape this week. I can tell you that too.
Just kind of what needs the most work between the practices now and when you play Mercer.
Well, I thought we made great strides defending the three ball because obviously, North Texas is a much better three-point shooting team than who we played the first game. So that was a big point of emphasis. I thought our pick and roll coverage was astronomically better. We got back to some of our defensive pick and roll coverages that we played last year in conference play. I didn't want to break that out right away, but like I mentioned, we had some guys that just wouldn't do it in game one. And so we conceded and kind of went with what the players were executing a little bit better behind closed doors. We didn't trap or hard show on the pick and rolls tonight. So I think we were more solid. But there'll be a lot of rebounding drills this week, Nate, and there'll be a lot of loose ball drills, and there'll be a lot of squeeze the ball and come up with it.
Follow-up question? Did you feel good about kind of how you guys handled the late game situation? I think they cut it to 3, but you guys, never got to a point where they could take the lead. I mean, you were hitting free throws or shots or getting stops, whatever. Did you feel good about that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought from making a timely shot, milking the clock a little bit. I thought, because this, like you guys are watching, you know what I mean? But it's like, it is new for the players. It's new for the coaches. We're still trying to figure out, I ran a 1-4 flat with 3 different guys trying to figure out, now we've had 2 games that have been semi-close. Like, who we going to? Where's the spots on the floor for each guy? What's a decoy play week? We're still trying to figure all that out, just like we were, last year for, through non-conference play, really. So this is good. We got good film. We can go back. We can study it. We can learn. We can try to get better. But I thought defensively, other than I thought in the second half, too many easy looks for them in the second half as opposed to the first half. But again, defending the 3 was a huge priority for us, but we got to do a better job chasing down rebounds.
We're back and better than ever. A new web interface to start the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your #1 spot for all basketball and football action this season. Head to the new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV 50 to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, and baseball postseason, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts.